Hey, everyone. Will it be our best day ever? You bet. You bet. Hey, sorry I'm late this morning, but happy 5th birthday, Eat Like a Bear. So it was 5 years this week, 5 years ago, 2018, that I showed my before picture very timidly for the first time on Facebook. And I did it in a little kind of flippantly titled video called Eat Like a Bear. People had already started asking me about what I was eating, and like, oh my gosh, you only eat one meal a day, you must be starving yourself. Of course, I was eating these big, giant, outrageous meals with all of my nutrition and calories packed into a giant bowl. And so I made this little video that basically said not eating for the rest of the day, for 23 hours or whatever it is not even a record in the world of mammals. Bears don't eat for months and they live off their body fat. So consider me for 23 hours a day living off my stored body fat. I eat like a bear. Okay. And it was my before picture. It took me weeks to get up the courage to post that before picture. We actually recorded a video on Monday in the Deep Den that will get aired on this YouTube channel. Hopefully, I'm working with an editor and trying to get like our groove with that, where we talked about that before picture, like the shame, the judgment that we have about ourselves. And so we filmed that, and this is like in celebration of our 5-year anniversary. And this has been kind of an emotional week for me. I'm not going to talk about it too much because I just get all, you know, um, like what happens when you share your story. And I do see it as the biggest purpose of Eat Like a Bear, to share our stories. And this is like our stories are our legacy content for our kids, for our grandkids. And so we're working together here to share those stories. And so one of the things I have today for you is I'm hoping that you will join us we're doing a little remix video that will help draw new community members in, but also give our current community, all of us, a little extra fire to get started. And it's going to be like a remix of like a big, like raw video. And so what I'm asking people to do is to submit their little video clips about what they will be doing 1 year from now in their outliving their most vibrant life, in particular, what you will be doing in April 2024, because that is the focus that we have as a community on our big goal. April 2024, what will you be doing in your new life? And I was so inspired because in Monday's video that we recorded, that will be on this channel at some point soon, is Jackie Pick mentioned hers, and it was amazing. I should have a little clip of it, but she said, I'm going to, like on April 8th of 2024, for the total solar eclipse, when a number of us will be in the Ozarks of Arkansas, but people will be all over the globe, all over, I don't know, the universe, celebrating our community-wide big goal on that day. And Jackie Pick is going to be on a mountaintop and celebrating her freedom. And so I'm asking for you to submit little video clips, and there is a link in this YouTube video to a place that makes it really easy for you to submit them. And in that, I have more information describing it. So let me tell you my plan for this. First of all, what I am very well aware of is that if people find us like with the right content, our own content, like if there's a match between the spirit in which they find us and the content's message, that it like sets people on fire and really gives people like the getting started psychology to have success. And so, for instance, we talked in the video Monday about the starting point for a lot of weight loss programs being like shame, like you're doing this weight loss thing out of shame. And that what happens is we end up really disconnecting from that goal, that shame-based goal. You can't keep it in your heart for very long. But with a positive goal, what will you be doing in your new life? You can stay focused on that to the life-changing points. And so we want people to find us so in such a way that they're able to take that message in, that positive, like vibrant life message. And so what I'm gonna do with this video, so this will be a remix, and it'll be like one that we can all share with friends, because right now at Eat Like a Bear, there is no better time to find us. We still have 11 months for our big goal, and so we're gonna have a lot of really super positive energy that I think is unusual and extra special. And we already have just like a mountain of learning content that people can get, if have access to to really implement. So we have that, and that's always there. But I feel like the spirit of this like annual focus is a really powerful, like, we're in a powerful window for people to start. And so we'll share the remix with our friends and family. But also I intend to like boost it in Facebook. So that's the word in Facebook that you use. You're basically using ad money to like get more eyeballs to that content. So I will use ads. And I mentioned in the video in this link that I actually did this with the Yellowstone video, a postcard from Yellowstone, which is a video of the big getting started video that many of people have found Eat Like a Bear with. And it's gotten over 5 million views. But the secret, I suppose, is that about 1 million of those views were paid for with ads. And it was a really great way to get people, like, to build the community and to like get people started with fire. It was a really great thing. Those ads, for the most part, they made like a little bit of revenue. And so they paid for some of our overhead, which was also great and amazing too, because really they're not like, it's not like selling anything, but just, hope or whatever. Um, but people, some people bought like a book or whatever else. And so that ended up paying for those ads. So I was able to run them. Facebook eventually shut them down, which is a whole political discussion we could discuss in great detail, but there's no need to go on and on about that. But Facebook doesn't allow before pictures. And because marketers use them for bad, they do, and they have you wallowing in shame. But what I like brazenly hold up my before picture in that video and say very positive things. And so clearly I'm not using it for bad. But in fact, and if you're, the letter of the law in the Facebook community standards were violated because y'all see my before picture in it. Anyway, so I'm not going to pull the tiger's tail at Meta, at Facebook, and run ads on the Yellowstone video, but we will probably boost this with ads if we don't lose money on it. I cannot lose money on anything. And in fact, if we make money, like, let's say a prayer, okay, if we make money on the ads, I'm going to fold it right back into this project that we have on YouTube, which is telling our stories that cost money that we need. So, and we would do more. We would have like more and even better produced videos if we actually had money. So that's my biggest frustration. 5 years in, that we're still like kind of scrappy. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, born for this moment, maybe. Okay. You guys, we were going to be recording a interview this morning with Anna Sewell. Anna, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Anna is kind of, not at her best and a little under the weather. And we thought we need to wait till she's fabulous. So, which is probably good because I'm feeling it too. Maybe it's like in the region. She and we live about an hour apart. So maybe it's local. Okay. Anyway, there is a link in the video description for you guys to submit your like, go get 'em tiger little video clips. Okay. And so your video clips are just like, hey, I've already lost 17 pounds, but I'm going to grind it into the ground. And in April of 2024, you are going to see me jumping into that kayak and kayaking down the Buffalo River. That would be great. Like, that should be somebody's. But I'll tell you, I kayaked down it about 6 weeks ago, and oh my gosh, and like one of the more technical rough parts. Anyway, so watch out there. Okay. Also, Deep Den, look for a project. I'm just uploading it now. I'll may not get it posted till tomorrow. And it is inspired by Marie on Monday's video recording that, again, will end up public out here and you guys will see it. But her struggle with, basically getting started and staying consistent, which is like the universal, universal problem. And I have a project for all of us in the deep den. And I'm excited to see how it turns out. And maybe we'll be reporting it back here in our stories series at some point. So let's see. And Judy, I'm going to be on the top of the mountain with a Jackie pick. Oh, so Judy, you totally need to make that video, because then see, we'll have a little mashup, because we'll have Jackie saying, I'm going to the mountaintop, and then Judy saying, I'm gonna be there with Jackie. I think that would just be great. That would be great. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yes, so Deborah says very inspirational. That is what we're gonna do. I don't see that we really have any, like, other competing job, I mean, that is like, so our eating is on point, so much of what we do is on point, but the big thing is, like, the providing the evidence, like, for other people to get started that this does work. And then if you try it, you're then building the evidence for yourself that it works. And so then it's a matter of, working on the blocks and the barriers to, like, the daily implementation consistency issues. So, it's one of these things. It's not easy, right? It's simple, but not easy, not at all easy. And if we can get in front of it at all and improve our lives, I mean, how much, I mean, just quality of life can we all have? It's amazing. It's mind-blowing. Um, anyway, and here we are. I feel like at Eat Like a Bear, that's our main job. Um, and maybe our second main job, the second main job is, like, as a community, just working on getting better and better. I feel like working together to see, looking at this with the lens of, like, what are the things that are working? Okay, and that's the spirit in which I'm gonna do this deep den assignment that's coming tomorrow for those in the deep den. So you guys, so the deep den, this, you're gonna hear about that a lot here on YouTube, because we come out of the deep den and share here on the public YouTube channel. And so it is a paid member area of Eat Like a Bear. So we have community areas, like, all over the internet, and that are all free. And I hope that they just continue to thrive. I think they're amazing, especially our, like, main community in Facebook, which is in the Facebook group called Eat Like a Bear Stories, where you can post your stories. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And in the deep den, it's just a paid member area where we do a much deeper dive into psychology issues. There's also a lot of paid content, like books on the how to eat part of this. But the deep den is really more about, it's less about, like, how much lettuce do I put in that bowl? Though we do discuss things like that, because there's, like, important strategy in that, but more about how do we do it every single day? How do we like craft a, maintenance strategy for ourselves, that sort of thing. So anyway, okay, submit your videos. Submit your videos. Submit your videos. You could end up in an ad. Oh yeah. Okay. So, and say a prayer for the ads, because what if they do, like, make a bunch of money? If they do, all of that money is going right back into these stories right here on YouTube. Ultimately, the stories should make ad money in themselves, because YouTube puts ads on your videos. Um, so far, I haven't found, like, I'm getting rich with ads. I just looked, just out of curiosity, for the last year at the ad revenue here on this channel, and it's $500 a month. Okay, which doesn't pay diddly squat. So it's better than zero. But anyway, we need more revenue to like really grow this stuff, and so maybe those ads will do it. Um, but really, the ads likely will be, like, just at, like, water level, maybe a little bit above. We'll see. Um, okay, you guys, I am gonna be tearing out of here a little bit earlier today, because I got to get a kiddo down to a festival. But if you guys have questions, go ahead and put them in. If you had a question, like, and you put it at the very top and then at the beginning, and you're still here, paste it again to make sure I see it. But I'm going to scroll up and let's see. Um, Okay, yeah. Oh, so Niagara Falls is in the path of totality, but a 60% chance of clouds. You know what? So yes, that's the thing. The further you go north, the higher the chance of clouds. But wouldn't it be amazing if it was clear that day at Niagara Falls? It's hard to know what to do in a case like that. And Texas, really, Texas has, you know what, all of the Midwest has a pretty high degree. Even pretty much most of Texas is 40%, or is it 30 or 40%. And so we will see. I fussed a lot about this. Like, what am I going to do? Or like, if we're all there in the Ozarks, and then clouds roll over that sun, what are we going to do? And so fussing a little bit. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to sit there and I'm going to view it as it is. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to relocate. I mean, maybe I'll change my mind. Like if it's like there's clouds here, but an hour away, we can go there. I don't know, maybe. But I'm going to, like, it will be an experience even with clouds. And so I think I'm just going to like chill and experience it. I'm feeling like Zen with the relocation thing. I don't know. So, people are going into Mexico. That's like there's cruise ships, like, so down there that will then move around based on the cloud predictions. I'm not going to go to Mexico for the eclipse. And so, that's just that decision. Yeah. And again, the power of this eclipse for us is exactly why we're doing this like remix or mashup video. And that is, it's all these months before that give us like a deadline, a goal together. Um, that's it. That's it. Like, the eclipse is gravy at this point. Gravy, gravy in the Ozarks. We better stay away from gravy in the Ozarks. I'll tell you what, like, so when I've been there, and I've been in some of those, just even like the breakfast rooms in the hotels, they know how to make gravy, you know? Gosh. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So we could have regional meetups to watch the eclipse and post videos into the absolutely, Donna. I'm hoping that as these months progress, that we're going to be like organizing on exactly that, because we have so many people in the heartland, in this community, who are going to be like a few hours drive to totality. And so they shouldn't come like all the way to the Ozarks, or especially like people, it's going like right through their backyard. I mean, their literal house is in the band of totality. That is amazing. Amazing. And so they're going to be there with their families. And yes, we're going to need those reports. So, because how all this got going is back in 2017, I did view the total solar eclipse in Douglas, Wyoming. It was amazing. And in the minutes before the eclipse, before totality, because there's like, it starts like the moon starts going over the sun. Okay. So it's then a partial, 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 and then totality. And then it starts going like this. And so partial, partial, partial. So in those like partial hours, like really minutes before totality, my 15-year-old son, Frederick, at the time, he's now 21, he said, "Hey, I'm going to go run out into this field and just check it out." So he runs out there, and there's crickets like all over, chirp, 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 just like bananas. And in totality, when there was complete like darkness for, it was like 2 minutes there, complete darkness, there was total silence. And I thought, what an amazing report. And also at the time, I weighed 260 pounds. I was down 20 pounds from my high weight, but I wasn't running out into that field to see the crickets. I mean, I was just, trying to survive. I was just limping around up there and taking it easy. And I was really struck, like, I set the intention to go home and lose weight. And I did. Okay. That's how we're all here talking. And it was a really like strong moment of setting my intention. And a big part of it was things like those crickets. Like, what if I had the energy to like go out and experience that? And so what we decided, before we had a discussion before we left Wyoming, with, my sister was there and some friends were there. My uncle was there. We had a discussion about what we would do in 2024. And based on Frederick's experience with the crickets, I said, you know what we need to do? We need to find the best natural place on the planet to view the eclipse, but one that has a diversity of natural locations. So we're going to invite all the cool people that we know, and together we'll have a large group, but then we'll break off and we'll view the eclipse from different locations, like different little microclimates, or like some people near a waterfall or near a creek, that maybe has certain kind of trout or something in it, near a meadow with cattle in it, just all of this like diversity of places, and experience the eclipse in these diversity of places. And then we'll come back together and share our experiences so that we really benefit from everybody's like collective experience. And what I didn't appreciate at that time is that my friendship circle would be a lot bigger in 2024. And so here we are, and y'all are invited. You're invited. But I think this point of having like regional meetups, but not just that, but like some sort of venue where we're all able to share, because we're going to have, we have people, someone posted, she has like a ranch, like right in the middle of the Band of Totality in Texas, like, I don't know, hundreds of acres or whatever. I'm like, what? How amazing. And so we need people to report in from all those different locations, and digitally makes sense. But having like little meetups all along the Band of Totality, I think would be flippin' great, would be great. And so what a great idea, right? That I had back in 2017. I think it was really great. Who knew we might have this many reports? Okay. And who knew how many of us are going to be going out and seeing the crickets? You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what, for me, it was that I was so limited in that experience. The experience was amazing. And so, like, I definitely don't look back on it as like the glass half full. It was amazing. But I used it as the opportunity, like the moment to change my life. Like I was ready for change. And I got like so deep into that intention and in setting that goal and that commitment that it just like launched me right into this like very like consistent, pretty strict grind that, I got in a groove and I did it. And then the results coming in, like just seeing the weight go down, being able to move better, being able to get out in the world easier, better, all of that just reinforced it. And so I just kept going, kept going, kept going. It's some, okay, I'm gonna look at comments again. I'm excited about the eclipse. We need to work on specific plans for it. And we're going to have, so people coming into Arkansas, near where we'll be, we're going to have some kind of schedule in like the week before, because I'm getting there early. I'm going to just crush it, and just taking time. I'm going to go see the waterfalls, going to go see everything. And so we'll set up a schedule so that we'll have meetups through there. It's a whole, like that part of the Ozarks is pretty rural. And so you know how it is in rural areas. And so you're like, oh, going from here to the store is a drive or whatever. Well, from here to the trailheads for the waterfalls is a drive. And so we're going to be lodging in probably different little locations, but then meeting up here and here and here and here. And our lodging will probably, it looks like it's going to be in little clusters because there's little communities there that do have some lodging. And there is a discussion in the Eat Like a Bear Stories group for people who are nailing down lodging. But again, some of y'all already have lodging called your own house in the Band of Totality. Whoa, that's amazing. That is really just awesome. Oh, what? Georgia, something about going to the doctor? What? I'm missing this. Okay. Okay. Half of me is going to see AR in AR. Okay, you got to get a video on there. Because you guys, what she's saying is her goal is to be a half my size case. I think that's what you're saying, Lana. So half of Lana is going to see me. And this AR and AR, Lana, I think you coined that. I've that's hilarious. Okay. Oh, and century. So Lana is saying at least she'll be a century bear, which means losing 100 pounds. So that is awesome. That is really awesome. Oh, so Donna's asking why I chose the Ozarks. There's a whole post on this, Donna, so we need to provide a link. But yes, so I do have family connections to this county that we're going to be in, and that is partly what like drove me there, like looking for it. But I hadn't connected with that family in ever. Maybe I'd been there once in 1970. It's a whole long story, but the this specific part in the Ozarks is one of the two dark sky designated areas in the country. So we'll have the dark sky that's in the band of totality. I mean, there's the number of dark sky designations, but only two are in the band of totality, and one is in right on the Buffalo National River. So the symbolism of the Buffalo National River, I have to say, is maybe a really key thing in this too, because I feel like if we're kind of leaning into an eclipse, a symbol of the eclipse is that it's a time of change and transformation. Okay. And so that's great. And a river is a symbol of like our path forward. And so the Buffalo National River is actually the country's only, I believe it's the only national river designation. And the reason it is a national river designation is it's like wild, untamed, it's undammed. And so it is like an untamed river. And with the symbolism of the river showing us our direction, wild and untamed. And I consider this part of the Ozarks to be like the core place for American folk culture. And so all these things together, I felt like I don't see how we can miss. The clouds may roll over, but they may roll over anywhere in the United States on that day. And that's kind of the rolling dice aspect of it. But some of us somewhere are going to see like complete totality and we'll be able to report back. And so hopefully that will be us in the Ozarks. And we'll see. But again, I'm just excited about all the progress we're making in these months leading up to that. So that's kind of what we're talking about. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Richmond, Indiana. And you booked a hotel. That's awesome. Yeah, it goes through Indiana. It goes like Bloomington, Indiana, where I went to grad school, is in the band of totality. So I considered that too. Yeah. Let's see. Um, let's see. I'm just looking up here. Let's see. Allison asks this. Wondering if my poor control of delayed gratification is contributing to inconsistency. Most definitely, Allison. So, I mean, and everyone has it. So, like, don't feel like, oh, I have this like special problem. You don't, because we all do. We all do because this is the core problem. I don't know that there is really another problem in weight loss than what you identify here, which is that the donut. So the people in the deep den will just laugh because I always talk about like the donut or the Cheetos or whatever it is, those things that give us that immediate gratification, I mean, are going to win every time unless we have something like a goal set against them. But that goal needs to be big and it needs to touch you very, very deep in your heart. And as you face these challenges, the donut, you need to weigh the cost of eating that. You need to become more consistent in even weighing the cost, in like recognizing it and making the explicit decision to eat it versus not eat it. And so really weigh it against that big goal. And so what we do know in like social scientists, at least in social science theory, I guess we don't know it, but there's strong theory that goals that are things like getting into a size 12 dress, okay, that's a great goal, but it doesn't touch our hearts deep enough. Like for me, my big goal was to hike, and it really hit in a very deep place. And anyone who can find a goal like that, that like it doesn't have to be hiking. The thing is, it needs to touch your heart in a deep place. That something that touches your heart so deeply is something that can compete with that immediate satisfaction from the donut. And so that's what you need to be looking for. This is like total universal problem for sure. Let's see. Oh, Faith got her card and magnet. So little, you know what? Let me run and get them, and I'm going to show you because these are going to be for sale. But it looks like it's probably not. Maybe till Monday. We had a little problem. I'm coming right back. I'm right here. You can hear me. And this doesn't. They're not in their envelope. But what Faith is talking about is this little collection, and there's a card that is about the big goal and about the Eclipse celebration that we're having, and has a little thing about the big goal on the back. And this is just a card. And there is a refrigerator magnet that says, "You haven't failed, you're just not done yet. You're just not done yet." And it's about, like, Allison talking about like the struggle with these choices. We just have to come to a place where we recognize them more. It takes some practice. It's an ongoing thing. But I'm going to tell you, if you can work your way through it, it gets easier. I mean, life gets easier, and just so much better to live. It's kind of crazy. And so there's also this vinyl. This is a vinyl, one of those like static cling sticker things. So it's not a sticky sticker, it's a static sticker. And it says "Go be awesome," which we're all going to do right after this. Okay. And then there is a little envelope that has a little Crazy Bear collection in it. And so the Crazy Bears have their own little cult following at Eat Like a Bear. And these were designed by let's see, Alistair, when Alistair was 10 or so. Crazy Bears. These are magnets, you can see. And this little collection will be for sale probably Monday, I hope. Time to get them for sale and get moving on them. They're going to go in the 3-pack of books in the future. But I know a lot of you guys already have books, 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, and just want some magnets. So we're going to sell those at least for a little while, and just have like a few weeks where we're selling them, and then they all go to the fulfillment center for the 3 packs so that we're not worrying about them anymore at that point, is my whole plan. So, okay, let's see. And Brenda says, "I am going to hike to the waterfalls with Jennifer." Okay, so we're going to need your video. Okay, you're going to hike to the waterfalls with all of us, because I'm sure we're going to have group hikes to those waterfalls. We need to, because Searcy County is just like world class with the waterfalls. So it's going to be exciting, very exciting. And I would love it if we could kayak, but I'm a little concerned about actually setting a date and stuff, because the buffalo all depends on the water level, and that depends on the rain. And so I'm not sure about that. But the waterfalls, they'll be good that time of year regardless. There'll be enough rain. The waterfalls will be great. Yeah, they could be amazing if there's a lot of rain. Let's see. We'll help each other getting up on the top of the mountain for sure, Judy. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I'm scrolling up. What do you guys like? You guys are like having these conversations. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. Okay. Oh, and I now see Georgia's comment about, okay, thoughts for Georgia and the doctor's visit. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Robin, I hope to have my shoulder replacement behind me and a second knee replacement. Oh, for sure. Okay, Robin. Yeah. And boy, and weight helps so much with all of these things. I mean, we, of course, and so getting some weight off before any of these surgeries will be so good. So good for sure. Okay. Oh, Donna. Okay, because I wondered who that was. Okay. Okay. Um, let's see. I am just looking up here. So any questions, you guys, repeat them. Like if you've been here, repeat them, and I'll find them. Oh, and Ellen posted this morning before we got started that she's so sorry she's gonna miss the live. And, oh, and congratulations, Ellen, on your granddaughter graduating. That is awesome. So, oh, your daughter. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Let's see. I just like, um, I'm going to cast a smaller shadow. Oh, I have seen some amazing, we need to figure out, we need to have plans for photos during the actual eclipse, like if there's no clouds or whatever else. I've seen some amazing photos of people's profiles with like in the eclipsed sky, like you just see like their profiles and amazing. So we need to think about that. Wouldn't show our shadows, but it would show our profiles, which will certainly be smaller. Let's see. I'm just looking here. Oh, nice. Okay, so um going to be in Mountain View on a private ranch with 15 other motorhome owners hoping. Okay, okay, definitely. Okay, that's wonderful because Mountain View's not far. Okay, and we may end up in Mountain View. Um, so at the Ozark Folk Center. So that's cool. Yeah, Mountain View. That's great. Let's see. The really big goal has to be bigger than the donut. Well, so the thing, yes. And the thing is, because the satisfaction that you get from the big goal, or from like getting to that level that you can really experience that big goal, takes time. And anything that takes time, we discount the benefit from it. And so that's why, like, discounting like the benefit of being in a size 12, like the benefit isn't really that super great to begin with, and it's not touching our hearts deep enough that ultimately it just doesn't consistently compete with the donut is the issue. So in terms of the bigger, of course, all of these things, even the pant size is bigger than the donut, but because the donut gives us the immediate satisfaction, that's why it ends up winning so very often. Mm. Just wouldn't we wouldn't have any of these problems if that were not the case. You guys are talking about George's journal. I haven't even seen the journal. I need to get into the den. Is it in there, or she posted it this morning? Okay. Um, zip line adventures. There's zip line in Mountain View as well. Let's see. Um, Oh, the journals you're talking about. Okay, so I know what you're asking about, Georgia, if Georgia made the journals. No, I got those. I got those in Leslie, Arkansas, which is, by the way, where some of you guys are going to be staying. And they were handmade there by I think, the sister of the mayor of Leslie, something like that. So anyway, weren't those nice? I think we should just make that a project and make some of those journals so you can share them. So the top 3 weight loss winners, or biggest losers in the deep den, got these cute little journals that are just precious, handmade, amazing little things. And so it's hard to even describe what they are. I think there's a word for them, but it's lost on me right now. You guys, yeah, post some pictures. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna just look up here. I'm hoping to achieve purchase a postcard from Yellowstone. What do you mean, Lana? A postcard from Yellowstone is completely free. So, yeah, so you guys, if you're new here, a postcard from Yellowstone is a video on Facebook from 2018, September 6th of 2018. And that was like the kind of the biggest like beginning fire of Eat Like a Bear is the message of that video. It has a very strong, like, you can do it, and go get started kind of message. And so people came into the community with just a lot of fire. If we could, I wish we could run ads on that thing and just get just a bunch of views. Cause I don't know if you guys realize that things like places like Facebook, it's hard to get views anymore. It's kind of discouraging. And so, and it's known as like a pay to play platform. So that certain things do go viral, but not much. And, it's things like the cat videos or whatever, like the really funny stuff that, of course, we can't resist watching and rewatching and rewatching. But a video that's like focused on a message to older women who've always been overweight and all that isn't gonna like take over the world of everybody, because it's for our demographic. Anyway, it got a lot of views, but too bad we can't buy more. I would. I would. Let's see. We can share it. I mean, it still gets views. It still gets views over time. Yeah. But I want more. Let's see. And so Sue says, I'm imagining all the excitement in April 2024. This is such a great incentive. Exactly. And so that we're all just because there's no take backs on this eclipse, Sue, right? There's no take backs. And so Sue, where you're in the Midwest. So I wonder where you're going to be. So does it go through your house? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, and so you're going to Mountain View, leaving your home in Texas. Interesting. Okay, well, we will see you. That's awesome. And and Wendy is going to be a Century Bear by then. Okay, so you guys, I know I already announced that we will be celebrating our 250th Century Bear. So you'll have a lot of work to do. So we now have 203 Century Bears. So we need 47 more to have our celebration. We're having our celebration, and frankly, I just think like it's just occurring to me like we get people in here, get going, and like all the fire. That's just going to spread. Like that's just the fuel for everybody, every one of us in here. And I don't care where you are in it. And like if you've been maintaining for 2 years or 5 years or whatever, it's always a good thing to have all this inspiration around you. Always good. Let's see. Just looking. Oh, you guys are looking at the zipline comments. And so any questions, you guys? If not, I need to go. So I thought Alistair was going to be up by now. Need to wake Alistair up because we need to go because we're going to be late. Deep Den people, the Project Hub. You guys, if you haven't tried it right now, go in right now. I'll go in and we'll walk you through like all you have to do. So in the water cooler, the top pin post says like Project Hubs, and just go in there and you'll find a Zoom link, and that's where you're always going to find your Zoom link. Okay. Click through there and then you're there. You're just right there. So in there, you can turn your camera on if you want. You don't have to, and that's okay. Your name should show on there. So like if it just says like iPhone, put your name so that we know who you are. But if you don't want to show the camera, that's fine. That said, I mean, just to be clear, I mean, Anna Sewell was there last week without pants on. Okay. See, I outed you, Anna. And most of the time, it's obviously completely makeup optional. In fact, pretty much, I think that most people are not in there with makeup on at all. So anyway, we do not worry about that at all. And the Project Hubs, so go in. So if you're in the Deep Den, especially, if you're not in the Deep Den, you're going to have a hard time finding the link. And so Deep Den opens at the beginning of every month. Look for an email at the end of the month. And I think we need to be better about these emails. I'm going to say something like Deep Den invitation on it. And so you can come in and you can join us if you're not. But if you're in and you haven't been in the Project Hubs, come on, right? Ladies who are in them, these are great. And so we just work on little projects in there together. Like you bring your own project and we just like, hey, I'm about to like clean up my laundry basket. And then I go clean. So that's all. or whatever. Some amazing projects happen in the deep den, and then some just trying to clean my house projects happen all the time. Okay. Okay. Catch you all later. Submit your videos. The link is in the description. Submit the videos. Okay. I look forward to them. Oh, and I should put a deadline in there. You need to submit them by like Saturday. Let's see. That's the 13th. Submit them. Let's get this going. Let's do it. Let's get it out there. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. I'll wave with my coffee mug as I say goodbye.